Welcome off Fear the Walking Dead. This is episode 15 of season 6, penultimate episode of the season, so I'm very, very excited. Also kind of nervous to see what's going to be happening in this one. I imagine it's going to be, you know, our group trying to desperately stop Madman Teddy and everything that's going on with him and his kind of plans to kill a lot of people, I'm assuming. So that's not great. But yeah, I, again, don't really know what to expect. All we really know is Alicia's locked away. Again, not ideal, but also kind of ideal for the potential threat we're facing. But I just need everyone else I love to kind of get in there with her. So if that's what this episode's all about, I'm kind of okay with it. So yes, as I say every single week, apart from last week, because we didn't have an episode last week, this season's been fantastic, and I'm sure that will continue. And this is going to be quite the escalation of things, I imagine, in preparation for the finale. So, don't know what to expect, but kind of excited. So, let's get into it.
A place to call home. A family. Did he?
No. Found a place.
No, because I murdered his best friend.
Both of them wanted something from you that you couldn't give them.
Yeah, to be a decent human being.
You want what all of us want. Someone to love you just the way you are.
But just the way she is horrible.
You are so much like me, Sue. We are two.
You lucky thing.
Conclusions do not belong anywhere in a world where things are just about to get started.
I would very happily watch you two conclude, actually.
When I found Riley, he was a broken man. Weren't you, son?
He still is.
Does everyone know that they're gonna die?
Everyone here is aware.
Don't know for about 5 seconds. Yeah, is it time to pick this up again, buddy?
So you ready to do this? I'm guessing that's a rhetorical question.
Look at this squad. Seeing everyone actually work together is lovely. It's a nice change.
Thought you said Tammy.
Hello. Nice.
Crew. They must have all died down here.
Well, they don't look alive, do they, Morgan?
We haven't really talked about
Now's not the time.
Oh boy.
You were here for a reason. You gotta be. And I think it might just be so that you can build that future that Athena showed you.
Oh.
Just give her some time. We're all
I mean,
old assholes.
we might not have much. There we go.
Too much interference.
Classic fear.
It's gonna get worse. Lucy, can you hear me?
They would do anything to not give Luciana screen time, will they?
Just because Dakota saved your life doesn't mean you need to give it up here. It's not what this is about.
Exactly.
It's about Morgan.
Take her life instead.
I gave up my family to put this guy away. I'm not about to let him succeed now.
I guess.
Me and Morgan. No use in arguing.
Oh, good. So I can worry about everyone. That's wonderful, thank you.
Let's open it up. You locking us in?
We don't want any surprises, in case any of his followers get past our folks outside.
I mean, yes, but also if you need to get out in a hurry, you're a bit...
Anyway, you sure got here fast.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on. You know damn well who this is.
Yeah, he knows that voice.
Last time you heard it, you were in a Denton County courthouse, listening to my testimony against you.
Oh shit. Yep.
I hope you know there are no hard feelings. If you hadn't put me away, I wouldn't be sitting where I am right now. I am leading everyone to their end, and you are doing the same thing.
Well, that's great.
It's Morgan.
Well, I don't think that's him. Sounded like he said, "Hiya!" Oh, man. Well, that's...
She said you had
things left to do. Is this what you think she meant?
Well, she kind of meant this, because she had no bloody idea.
I'm doing it for everyone. I need her to know that.
I mean, that's what I feel like he tells himself, but...
Really?
Those are a lot of numbers. Oh, hello. Well, that's horrible.
How long would I have?
I don't know, days?
Okay, maybe that's not enough.
Morgan? Morgan!
So determined to, like, do the big sacrifice play, isn't he?
It's clear. We kill them, we climb that ladder.
We'll lose too much time, and we don't even know what's up there.
You're not thinking this through.
All I'm
You
doing
don't know
is
what's in there. What the hell?
You're gonna get to wish.
Strand? Flashback to him 5 minutes ago being like, you've got to live, Morgan. This feels very much like what he did in episode 2. So clearly he's changed loads. I feel like he just wants the big moment for himself, doesn't he?
You're with him.
He gave me something none of you could.
Don't do this. Don't make the same
You
mistake.
killed John, you stupid little shit.
Mistake.
Strand,
I'm not gonna change my
I'm a
mind.
bit annoyed at you right now, but
Especially
please
after
just
what
kill
you
her.
did. Do you really want to be the type of person he wants you to be?
Well, I think you've already proved that he doesn't. Kicked him into some walkers
No,
2
that's why
seconds
you
ago.
killed him. I am gonna make it mean something. It's not the way he thought.
Dakota,
Oh, shit. Yes! Oh, beautiful. Oh, very strong season, as we've established, but that's a highlight right there. How did you survive that, though?
Can't let that
Well, Morgan didn't just kill Strand there, so who's the bigger man, really?
what you did.
So what makes you think one of these is some instincts were correct? If I had left you there, you wouldn't have these cards, but that's the way you
Oh, give over, Strand. Shut up. What bullshit.
One, I pray this last one works.
Well, get on with it. Of course it's the last one. What a TV show.
Stop! There, we can't! I told you it was inevitable!
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Thunderbirds are go. Can you imagine just having to watch that like, well, fuck.
Get out of here.
Just kill them.
Go.
Get some satisfaction at least. Oh my god, he had no problem killing the bounty hunter. Everyone else since he's been like, you know what, I'm good. No, kill them.
I did what I did to save lives.
You say you did this for anybody but yourself. You did it so you could tell Alicia what a big hero you were here today.
Yeah. And you broke his stick. Worst crime of all. Maybe there's a reverse button somewhere. That'd be nice. Okay, that was another really, really great episode. Flew by, actually. It felt like 20-25 minutes, and then suddenly, whoa! Which is obviously a testament to how great the episode was and how entertained I was by it. I mean, this is also, I think this was actually a bit shorter than most episodes this season anyway. This is kind of like the perfect length episode for me, because a lot of stuff still happens. You're kind of forced to make stuff happen because you don't have, you know, it's not like a 50-minute episode. It was just over 40, really. But it's still, you know, stuff happened and it happened somewhat quickly, but not too quickly, I guess. But it was kind of a perfect size, I guess, for like a penultimate episode, because shit still needs to go down in the finale, and this was kind of just a big setup to get the missile launched, I suppose, which is quite something. I think I talked about it last week. I was like, I didn't know where they were going to go with this story, with the missiles and, you know, nuking everything. Because it's either they're building all up to this for it to just not happen, and you're like, oh, okay, fine. Or something does happen, and you're like, well, how the hell did they recover from this? How do they, you know, continued the story when the world's been nuked, and how does that link in with like what's going on in the Walking Dead's timeline? Because obviously Fear's a bit behind that, well, significantly behind it, I think. And you know, how do you kind of bounce back from something like that, or do they find a way out of it even after the missile's been launched, which is kind of a huge cop out? What's it going to be? So the fact that, you know, at least one missile has launched is quite something. So exactly what they're going to be dealing with in like the final episode, I don't know. Like, we could lose quite a lot of people, really, depending on where the things land and stuff. So that's going to be insane. So I'm excited for that. But this episode was really tense. I liked how a lot of it was like set inside the sub. It felt very claustrophobic, and like the radiation walkers were really cool. Different kind of threat that we haven't seen in a little while. We've had radiation walkers obviously last season, but it felt a bit different in this one as well, in the enclosed space and stuff. It was all very cool. And yeah, where else do we even... I felt there's quite a bit to digest, really. I enjoyed kind of everyone just working together and actually getting along for once, being on the same side of things for the most part. With the exception, obviously, being Strand and Morgan, I suppose. But that was a nice change of pace, and, you know, I'm one of those people, I don't need, like, constant inner conflict between, like, the core group of characters. I don't need that. Just put them against someone who's not on the same side as them, you know. I don't think it's as interesting as some writers think it is to have all these inner conflicts within the good guys. At least not for me, anyway. I'm like, ugh, please no. So the fact that we didn't really get that for the most part was great. And at least not the wider thing with like Sherry's little group and Strand's little group and all that. You know, it was very much Strand v Morgan more than, you know, so-and-so versus so-and-so versus so-and-so, when they all really should just be on the same side, for God's sake. So that was cool. I enjoyed that, and seeing Grace just, you know, get back in the swing of things and not yet dealing with, I guess, losing Athena. But I liked Morgan kind of talking about she needs to live to build the world that Athena kind of showed her in episode 12, which is a really nice sentiment. But then we just have Morgan being like, well, I need to die to save everyone, I need to be the hero here. And we also had Strand kind of doing exactly the same thing. But I think obviously Strand's intentions were a bit more selfishly motivated than Morgan's probably were. Because I think deep down Strand would probably always try to deny it, although he didn't really argue it when Morgan called him out on it at the end. But, you know, he did all that to save, you know, for his own gain and to feel good about himself, so he could be the hero to get Morgan out of the way. Because it's what he did in episode 2, when it's Sanjay, I think, the guy he like stabbed and then threw to the walkers, and then pretended like, oh, he bravely sacrificed his life to get us here, but he just did the same as his own skin. It felt very similar vein again, like, Morgan's out of the way, I can be the hero of this story, and, you know, I can actually be right about something that I said to Alicia and be proven right, and I'm so cool and super good. Did not go his way. I wasn't really surprised, because Strand is very selfish. He's a fantastic character, a great character. He's just a shitty, horrible person, I think, anyway. But that does make him compelling and interesting to watch to an extent. I do get a bit tired of like the back and forth with Strand. I feel like just commit either way. I know going back and forth on it just gives them more material to stretch across multiple seasons. But it can get a bit frustrating personally for me. But no, nevertheless, Strand is a very interesting character to watch. Even if I'd rather he doesn't screw over the characters that we care about. Certainly not in situations like this, when, you know, be a hero some other time maybe, Strand, you know, not right now in the middle of a sub, the stakes being this high, and just kick Morgan into some walkers and leave him for dead. And then when he spun that bullshit, well, you know, I was right after all to do that, because now you have these cars that can get us in here to save the day. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Strand, you're talking so much shit. So yeah, he's a very selfish, bad person, really. But that, in a way, that's kind of why he's lasted so long. And they always have to have someone, you know, they want to keep around characters, I guess, who can be morally great and make those crazy decisions and do these things to get people out of these situations. That's kind of what Morgan is there to do, and what Strand is there to do as well, in a much more morally grey extent, I would say, with Strand. So it's interesting, but they do cycle back on that with Strand again and again and again. I don't know how long they can keep doing that for, But still, it wasn't like really surprising that he would do that and get his moment. But I did enjoy Morgan just being like, well, I got over it, I walked it off. I don't know how he got out of that situation. Maybe he got bit, maybe he didn't. I guess we'll find out. But either way, the fact that he did make it out of that situation, not eaten, was quite something. But I guess Morgan really just doesn't die. Maybe it was just plot armour. But I like that when he did show up again, not only he knocked Dakota out, which was one of the best moments of the season, he also called Strand out. He was like, listen, you're a bullshit man and you do bullshit things, and you know, you did all this for yourself so you could tell Alicia that you were the hero because you just wanted to be right about something, which I think is very true. And Strand didn't argue it, so I think that's when you know. He's like, well, Morgan speaks the truth, I'm just going to head out. Awkward as hell. So we'll see what the impact of that's going to be on everyone else in their views of Strand. I mean, you know, Daniel's just going to be like, I mean, we've been new. But, you know, Alicia, I don't think, if she finds out what went down, you know, she's not going to be best pleased with Strand anyway. But I think a lot of it does also come from Strand being very insecure about that, when he was like, well, Alicia's message was for you, not for me. I think that got to him a bit. And he wanted to kind of win over Alicia again, even though it was his own actions that meant Alicia kind of, you know, was kind of a bit done with him because he reassigned her and, you know, kind of cut ties with her a bit. So it's his own fault that all this has happened anyway. So what do you want, Strand, really? Like, just, you know, maybe make a diary, write it all down, you know, work out how you feel. But still, it's true to his character, everything that went down, I think, but I'm also like, how many times are you going to do this? Just, you know, go back and forth with him. You know, actually develop the character at some point would be lovely. But still, Strand is an interesting character to watch, so we'll see. Maybe he'll redeem himself some way in the next one, or in Beyond, I don't know. Or do we, you know, we could lose anyone, I think, in the finale, so maybe we just lose him, I don't know. It'd be a shame, I think, because we'd probably be losing one of the best actors in the show with Coleman, if we do lose Strand, so we'll see what happens with that. But still, Morgan just like shaking it off like it was nothing. I suppose the saddest death really was Morgan's cool axe thing, like R.I.P. Saddest death ever. Obviously not, because we had John Dory this season, but still. Speaking of John Dory, I liked John Dory Sr., the little bit that he got. I liked him confronting Teddy over the walkie. And Teddy's reaction when he realised who it was really well done. That was like the first moment I think Teddy was like, oh shit. Like he seemed afraid there, and everything he kind of was going through in the last episode as well, all the times he was threatened and had guns pointed at him, you know, he was just like laughing it off. He's like, I'm totally in control, this is all very well and good. But as soon as he realised that it was, you know, the guy who put him away all those years ago, there was a bit of doubt and terror in him again, and I liked seeing that. It's just a different side to Teddy that we hadn't seen yet, so that was really cool. That was a kind of standout moment for me as well. So I liked everything with that. Just the fact that Teddy and Riley did manage to send off one of these missiles, like I don't know what to expect with that going forward. So that's going to be very exciting as well. But I imagine, come what may, it's going to all come to a head in the next one. And I can't see Teddy surviving the next episode. I mean, Morgan should not have let him and Riley go in this one. I don't know why they're still not learning that lesson. Like, if you're fucked anyway, and it seems like they're pretty much fucked, just kill them. Don't give them the satisfaction of seeing the new world be made. Like, just kill them just a bit before. Surely that's at least something. But there you go. I also would have chopped Dakota's head off while she was unconscious on the floor, but that's just me. God. Dakota. She just makes all the bad decisions, and I was quite surprised that she was okay with this. Like, she was so determined to like, make a new life for herself and everything. That's kind of her motivations for doing everything she was trying to do and saving Morgan, and even the bullshit about killing John was so she could like have a life for herself and live at Morgan's settlement and stuff. I mean, just because that ended up not being the life she wanted, because she'd killed John Dory and everyone hated her for it, as they should. She was like, why is everyone being mean to me? I only murdered a nice guy. Ugh. And then even then, she's like, now she's just fine to like die and let Alicia live, and that seemed a bit strange that she would buy into it, but I guess it comes at the end of the season, so that's fine. If anyone needs to die next episode, please, Dakota, please. I need to see it. Her and Teddy, I think it's their time to go. But who knows what can happen. Like, Dakota should have died in episode 8, let's be frank, when Morgan realised what she'd done. She should have just gone straight through her skull, but they've let her live multiple times, so maybe she'll just sneak away, but I'm done. But I guess we'll see. And it was very satisfying to see Morgan just come in and like just deal with us so easily. So yeah, lots of different things at play, lots of characters in huge situations at peril. I think Alicia's like the only one we don't really need to worry about, because I think she's just going to be safe, locked away. I don't know if we'll even see her in the next episode. I hope we do, since it's the finale. And Althea, she's off looking for Isabel. I mean, no idea, this shit's just gone down. So are we going to see her in the finale, or is she just gone for the rest of the season when she went off to find Isabel? I don't know. I guess we'll find out next week when the finale ends. But yes, I'm nervous about what this all means, and what, where the nukes are going to land, who could this take out. I really spent the entire season with Morgan building up this new place just for it to be destroyed by a missile. That would kind of suck. I remember Levis being like, well, this season's pointless. But to be fair, no season can be quite as pointless as last season, so it's fine. Yeah, I'm kind of excited, but also nervous about what the finale is going to entail, because this episode was really tense. They really went there. They really pushed some characters like with Strand, and there's going to be a big impact, I would assume, in the next one, as everyone tries to rush to escape if they can. I don't know if they really can, but I have no idea where they're going with this, no idea how they're going to wrap it up, and obviously set up season 7, which we know is coming. Yeah, this could be quite a big deal, so we'll see. But overall, really, really great episode yet again, as is often the case with this season. And I'm excited to see what the finale has in store for us, who we're going to lose, if anyone. I imagine we've got to lose someone if there's bloody missiles involved. If everyone survives a goddamn missile strike, then there is some serious plot armor going on. But either way, I am very intrigued to see how a fantastic season of Fear is going to wrap up. And hopefully it does everything that's come before justice, and doesn't leave a bad taste in our mouth after what's been a really, really strong season. So guess we'll have to wait and see, but another fantastic episode under the belt, one to go. Nervous but exciting to check it out when the time comes. So yes, that's going to be everything for now, and until the finale, thanks for watching.